Okay, I was going to start off with doing it in Gmail. So the first thing you'll need, if you don't already have it, is to download PDF Creator. I've recommended this for quite a while because it's the most versatile one I found. So a lot of agents already have it. But if you don't have it, you can just Google PDF Creator, all one word, and then download. And then it should be the first one that comes up. It's pdfforge.org is their website. But you'll just click on download, accept cookies, and then download it. And then you'll go ahead and run it. I think I might need an update, so I'm going to actually install it. There's a couple tricks when installing it. Usually it wants to install their PDF editor, which it is free, free basic PDF editor. But most of what it does, you can just do in Adobe Reader using the comments and so forth. Other times it'll try to install like McAfee. Make sure you hit decline.
So, Chris, I have an Acrobat Pro. I don't need to get this also. I mean, Acrobat Pro basically has everything the PDF Creator has plus more, right?
Well, as far as editing PDFs go, yes, it's the best because that's the official, PDF creator, editor. Then you don't actually need to open this once it's done. The advantage with the PDF creator is it has a merge function. So you'll see as I go through. And apparently now you don't have the option of not installing PDF Architect, but you can uninstall it afterwards and you'll still have the PDF creator. So in your email, if you don't have things sorted, you're going to have to search by like the email address for your client or the address of the property. We always recommend put the address in the subject just so you can search and find all of them at a later date. So I'm going to do tech times sample. And even that brought up a bunch of extra stuff. The advantage of doing it this way is it will bring up your sent email too. Otherwise, you need to do it separately. But ideally, you're going to have stuff sorted in folders for each client. And to kind of keep the side clean, what I recommend is create a folder called clients. And then inside of that, you can make a sub-label or subfolder for each individual client or each transaction. So if you're doing this in Gmail or any other online email system, you're just going to open up the oldest email first. And I'm going to have to resize this so I can see the button because it was underneath Zoom. So you're just going to go to the oldest email and then hit print and then make sure it's on PDF Creator. And give it a second. And this is what makes it different than something like Adobe Acrobat, is it has a merge function. So now I can close print view. And the quick way of doing this is just hit your arrow to go to the next email, hit print, print. Now, if I go over here, it's going to show both things. Now nothing's happened yet. It's just queuing them all up. Once you're done, you hit merge all, and it'll take all your emails and merge them into one single PDF. Which Adobe Reader, you could theoretically do that, but it's a lot more, or not Adobe Reader, but Adobe Acrobat. You could do that, but it's a lot more manual work merging stuff.
What about taking all your threads and then putting them into a zip file and just sending uploading them as one big zip?
You could do that, just do it them individually. And then you can upload a zip file to our transaction uploader. So that is an option if you want to do that. But like I said, using Adobe Acrobat, because it's a full PDF editor, it's going to be a little bit more work on your end. So let me get to one that has attachments. Okay. So when you print the email, with webmail, it's not going to print the attachments. Now, most of the time, these are going to be forms that you've already uploaded. If that's the case, you don't need to worry about them. But if you do have other forms that aren't actual like transaction paperwork, you should download that and then open it up and then print again, just print that PDF creator. I just sent myself a bunch of news articles and attached SIBA forms for the demo. So, okay, so now that I got a few in there, I'll show you. Now, like I said, if you're doing a search, you're also going to need to go to, or doing it through a folder, you'll have to go to your sent mail and then do those separately, which you can, search by like the sender address or the recipient address for sent mail. Okay, so here I got some replies that I did. So, okay, so then once you've gone through and done everything, you're going to go to your PDF creator, which it's kind of a inverse of the Adobe icon. So once you're in here, if you need to, like if you did something out of order, you can resort them. You can just click on it and drag it up or down. But most time, everything's going to be fine. You just hit merge all. And you can see now I've got just one file. Hit continue. And this is going to take a sec because I'm got a network folder at the office, but I'm not connected to the VPN. Come on. Okay, I'll just save this on my desktop. And then it'll normally name it like whatever the first email you printed was, or a lot of times just, Gmail. So go ahead and give it a name for, which transaction it is. Let's call it sample transaction, and then emails. And then hit save. Nope. As you can see, PDF Architect tried to take things over. So you want to install it. But here's all those emails and the attachments all in one file. So especially, this is also good just for archiving for yourself if you need to clear out your email. And then you'll have it just one file that you can open. You don't have to worry about unzipping it, you know, anytime you need to look at something. Now, if you're using Outlook, there's some shortcuts. So here I've got all those same sample emails. Because Outlook downloads everything to your computer, you can actually just select everything, go to File, Print, and then if you've got PDF Creator as your default printer, you can hit Print Options, and I've already got it selected to print attached files. So I hit Print, then hit Merge. Now, for some reason, the CEBA files get an error with Adobe Reader. And it looks like it just did that one. Okay, I guess we'll have to do quick print. But if you don't have print attachments checked, you will have to do it from the main print to check that the first time. So, okay, so now it's going to have everything in there. Outlook will actually merge all those as one print job. So you're only going to see one listing for the emails. And then you'll see for any attachments, you'll have them there. And then once that's done, hit merge all and continue. And sample 2, and then save it. So the nice thing with Outlook, you can just kind of select everything and then print it all in one shot with a quick print. And hey, Kirk. So do you have any questions on that? And Kirk, you just got here, but we are recording this, so you can watch it later.
Okay.
It's going to be kind of a short one today.
Okay. I just got off the phone with somebody.
Oh, okay.
What's up?
So you can, can you
What are you
hear me,
guys
Chris?
talking about?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you, Michael.
Okay, so when you're selecting the emails, I see that you did it all in a row there. So I'm assuming that you can select them individually, like control, select this one, that one, and multiple
Yes.
different ones.
Yeah. Now this is only when you're using Outlook that you can do that. With webmail, you can only open one email at a time, and it's a whole separate web page for each email. So you have to do it one at a time.
Okay. So on the, I got here late also, but I don't know if you covered it. So on the webmail, like Gmail, can you set up folders, and then any emails going with those clients can go into that folder? So what you
Yeah,
recommend?
that's what I recommended was doing a folder for clients, and then inside of that, doing folders for each transaction.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you want to get really fancy, you can do a folder for each client, and then inside of that, do a folder for each transaction. Especially if you're working with investors, you're going to have a bunch of transactions for that one person.
Okay. So when I do my when I do filing for my transactions, I have it posted on the cloud, and I have a year, and then I have buyers and sellers, and then the names of the sellers and the buyers in those folders that way.
Right.
So on the emails, probably would do virtually the same thing. But would the email, do I have to drag the emails that they send me into that folder, or do they come in to that folder and I get a little red flag or something that shows that I have new email in that folder from them?
You can create rules to auto sort it. I think Gmail will do a flat, or will do a number, like you can see here under drafts. I've got one draft. It's not very obvious though. So I don't really recommend doing that, for a transaction, just because it is easier to miss something. I would just drag them one at a time as they come in after you read it.
Okay.
And then for sent mail, you can, like, I have some replies to what I just sent myself some news articles. I can just drag them here and put them in from sent into the folder.
I
And
see.
so now it's got the replies in there that I dragged over.
Okay, so if we have these folders set up per year, like 2022 buyers and sellers, and we're sticking the emails that we get from them into that, are we going to be talking about how to handle text also in today's meeting?
Yeah, for texts, I can't really show, because I'm not on my phone, and I'm not sure if you can even do a screen share on that. I'm zooming on the phone, but for text messages, you're basically just going to take screenshots. You, like I said, well, actually, this is before we got started, but for kind of trivial things like, "Hi, I'm on my way," things like that. Especially text, you're going to have a lot of short, trivial stuff. We're not concerned about that. The state's not concerned about that. But anything where it's, pertinent to the transaction itself or any negotiation of the transaction. For example, if, you're telling your seller, "Hey, I've got 3 offers that came in. Yeah, go ahead and, we'd want to have that, even though it's not specific details, we probably should have it just so we have proof. Yeah, you told them there's 3 offers."
Okay.
But yeah, it's
So
basically just
also-
scroll through and do screenshots. And if you
Screenshots,
want,
and
go ahead.
go ahead. I was going to say, I just remembered on text, I think you could take and tap on it and say share or forward, and then you can do an email to yourself if it's an important one, and then file it under emails. Also,
Yeah,
right?
you can do that as well.
Okay.
So But what I was gonna say is,
we can handle text, emails. Go ahead.
yeah, if you want to with the text messages, if you do, just do screenshots of each screen's worth. You can use the PDF creator to print that, print all those pictures to PDF creator, and you'll have one PDF with all of them in there.
I see.
Just to keep it a little more organized, but for uploading to our system, you can upload JPEGs, or some of them are now, some phones are now doing PNG for screenshots. Just they tend to be a little bit smaller.
All right. And so would you recommend, I guess, maybe not, maybe I was thinking my own answer. So I order preliminary title, I'll get the preliminary title report back, and a lot of times I'll save that under my folder, the file itself. So I think I got that covered. I was just saying that it's there. But a lot of this can also be managed and secured up in Transaction Manager, right? Transaction
Transaction
yeah.
Desk. Yeah.
Transaction Desk, yeah.
So yeah, this is just for emails sent through your personal email, or text messages through your phone. Any communications that you're doing through like Transaction Desk or the MLS, it's already in there, basically archived. And like,
Right.
well, in Transaction Desk, we could go in if we needed to. We could go in and see that. So that would qualify as being turned into the office because we have access to it.
Okay, so the other thing is, as I recall, I know that the Transaction Desk has a fax back number, quick code on that,
Yeah.
as I recall, but I thought that they said that you could actually send emails to the account to upload the file. Do you remember something about that?
Yes, you can. They have that now too. I don't remember where you get the email address for it. But that's the thing. I know Brenda has done that. So I can check. I don't think she's going to be in the office today because of the weather, but
Sure.
I can check with her.
Yeah, I think that you have to create it under each of the transaction. You have the ability to create it, an email account or something that ties it to that transaction. I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, it
So
automatically creates one. I just don't remember where you go through to actually get the email address. But yeah, it's one for each transaction.
So maybe when you're emailing a client out some important documents, would you CC that account?
You can do that if you want. Now it's going to put everything in the documents folder. So that might get a little cluttered. I know with the new Authentis sign, it will actually create a folder for each signing to keep the documents separate. I don't know if it does that for stuff that's emailed or faxed in.
Okay.
We can play. Go ahead.
Okay, and did you mention? Let me go. I said, have you mentioned to everybody that's on also that great scanner app that you turned me on to?
No, I haven't, but yeah, that's. Let me grab my phone here. Yeah, it's called Fast Scanner. That's for Android. I assume there's an iPhone version of it too.
And I'd
then-
say anybody that's listening, that's something to put on your phone to have. That's documents. They could give you documents of death certificates, easements, right of ways, whatever they may have that's pertinent that you can really use that quick scan or fast scan that
yeah,
Chris
fast
did.
scanner.
It's awesome. It's awesome to have
Yeah.
on your phone ready to go. So
Yeah, actually, I was just saying I can probably pull up the App Store. Yep, there it is. So yeah, there's a ton of different ones, but yeah, the one that I found that was pretty easy to use, and it does really good, like correction for shadows, or when the lighting's at an angle, it's uneven. And yeah, the icon is a blue icon with an old school flatbed scanner. But yeah, it's easy to use. You can either save it on your phone or you can email it a PDF. And then it also does, some correction for like the angle. Because like if you've had clients just send you a text of something, you get, this picture where it's got like their tabletop stuff sitting on the table. And it's at a, angles. So you got the perspective on it. This will autocorrect that stuff and crop it down to be just the document. If it can't figure it out, you can just manually move the edges to crop it. So you end up with the file. It's much smaller, much cleaner, easier to read. So yeah, I really like it. I've actually used it for some of my own stuff too, instead of taking stuff into the office and scanning it.
No, it's really good to have. I scan my insurance card, so you have
Okay.
your driver's car insurance right there, and a PDF on there. It's probably applications for State Farm or something like that does it, but this was just quick and easy. No, it's a good product.
Yeah.
So, and then I guess too, how long are we supposed to keep documentation and emails? Is it 5 or 7 years?
I believe it's 7 years.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a great way. If you're going to be doing business, you got to manage your files, and anything you do to make them digital and easy to handle and do, the better off you are, for sure.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you put this class on, Chris. Thanks.
You're welcome.